Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome, welcome, welcome to the Mary D Talk Show. I like to thank all of you for being here because you know what? Just your presence means a lot to me. So thank you for coming on the show today. Thank you for spending time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you for coming back and telling your friends. So please go to YouTube and like, subscribe, share. I think you can do the same thing on Facebook. I'm not really sure how that works, but you can do the same thing, I think, on Facebook. Like, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. But just take a look. And those of you that are live, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Those of you that are replay viewers, thank you, thank you, thank you. because I mean the replay viewers, I'm amazed at how many people come and watch in the replay. So thank you. Your support means a lot. Don't ever think that I don't notice or don't care because I do. But remember, like, subscribe, and share. Like, subscribe, and share. Those three things that makes a difference. I like to thank our executive producer. Hi, babe. That's Oliver Welch. He's in the background. You guys don't see him. You see him on Christmas. You remember how we know every Christmas Oliver comes on the show to say hi to everybody. So he'll be there. He'll be here on Christmas. He'll be here. And I like to say, hi, Nanette. Hi, Nanette. I'm always glad to see you. Anytime you come on, welcome, welcome, welcome. I do want to share with everybody many. So I've had people send messages, ask me, when are you going to open up the academy again to write? Both those that would like to write a book, whether it's a fiction, a nonfiction, a children's book, anything like that. I'm thinking, honestly, I'm looking toward, I don't know, I'm hesitant because I want to open it up, and at the same time we're going into the season of I well, they call the party season. The party season is October, November, December, January. Party season. So I'm hesitant because that's the season people may be partying. But I have been getting inquiries as to they're interested in writing a book. So we have to see. I'm really trying to work that out and how to start it looks like it's going to be on a Wednesday, and it will be a Wednesday evening for those of you that are interested in writing or publishing your book. Some of you have already written the book. That's fine. And some of you don't have a book. I mean, I literally go from, if you have an idea, we can help you and get the book written, or if you have a book completed and you need it edited, all of from you and everything in between. So just you can tell me where you are, and we can make that happen. And also, don't keep in mind, you can go to frontpagepublishing.com. You can go to the Idea Club if you're interested in a 501c3, or if you are getting an S Corp or a C Corp, any of those, you can go there to get any of those things. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so excited today because I have I've had the honor to work. I won't say work with. I said I said because it sounds like I'm being in position of actress. No, I was working on a movie set not long ago. I don't know if I can go into the movie. I don't want to step across any boundaries, but I'll say this: on the set, as you know, there's the actors. Normally, we call them actors, but they're really called talent. And on this set, I was honored to meet this wonderful, wonderful young woman who I'm just so impressed with. And she agreed to be a special guest on the show today. So I'm going to introduce you to her and have you have a chance to meet her, because I always, even on set, I told her, just don't forget my name. You get that Academy Award. That's all I'm asking. That's all I say. I always tell her that because I know it's coming. She is a beautiful young woman who has a heart of gold, and I just am so proud of her. The things she's doing they're just phenomenal. And though she may not think they're that big a deal, it's that big a deal because to me, everybody can do what she's doing. So let me introduce you to her. Her name was Akira Jackson. Akira Jackson was born in Alabama and raised in Georgia. She has a rural upbringing and allowed her to cultivate her creativity and a love for performing and entertaining. She used her overactive imagination to conjure up skits and scripts written by her and her siblings, or 2-minute songs and dance routines, simply for the enjoyment of her friends and family. No matter what art form she pursues, it's clear this was her destiny. Interested in all things art, Akira partakes in dancing, singing, and multimedia design, along with studying Korean in her free time. Think about it. I don't know when she has free time, but in her free time, she's studying Korean. Akira began theater script writing workshops at 11 years old, otherwise self taught. With the support of her mother, she began to pursue a career in film and television at the age of 13. Her naturalistic acting style and humorous delivery landed her roles such as quote unquote Day, the co lead in the Alexander Uman's directorial debut, as well as the critically acclaimed short film Bloom, directed by Chandrea Evans, currently in the film festival circuit. Currently, I'm sorry, yes, currently she has multiple full-length features in post-production. Ladies and gentlemen, like you, welcome Akira. I'm sorry, yeah, Akira. I'm saying her name wrong. Akira to the show. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hi everyone.
How
What
are
a
you?
lovely bio that
You
you
know,
just blessed us with.
I enjoy reading those because it gives an overview of who you
Yeah.
are. Because you, and as you know, we met just a couple months ago.
Yes, I believe it's been 2 months.
Two
May-
months.
Has it been 2 months? I don't know. It feels like it's been a while just because I was so used to seeing you guys every single day.
I
And
know.
then all of a sudden it was just like nothing, you
It
know?
was. I started on August 19th,
Yes.
so it's not. It hasn't been 2 months. This is September 23rd.
Well, bottom line, I do miss you guys. I really enjoyed being on set. It was a lot of fun.
So so ladies and gentlemen, the I can't. I see. I'm hesitant. I probably should have asked her. Can I say the name of the movie? Huh? I think I can.
I
I
don't
think
know.
I
I
know.
don't
But
know.
anyway, I was crafty on the movie. So just so you know, meaning for those of you who don't know what that means, I was the person that gave snacks or handed out snacks and made sure there were snacks for everybody all the time. That means if they were on location, I would come and set up a snack bar area for them. If they were in our home area or you could say the hub, I made sure there were snacks. My job was to make sure that everybody ate regularly if that's what they wanted. And everybody doesn't. It's just that what I found is if somebody wanted it, then it should be there for them. That's what I. But let me tell you who this lovely young lady. She was. Is it a co-star or is it supporting?
I think the role that I played in the film that we did or we worked on together, I would be a supporting.
It's
Yeah.
supporting. Okay. And she did a fantabulous job. So, and the
Thank
movie won't
you.
be out
You.
until next year, though. I think that's what they told me.
I believe so. That's what
Yeah,
I was told. So,
yeah,
unfortunately, we may not be able to share a lot right now, but very soon we'll be able to give you guys some details,
for
some juicy
sure.
tidbits.
Because we want, and then not only is Akira in film, she has a commercial on BET that many of you probably seen. The commercial is what I mean. I see it now. I see it, of course. Now I see it all the time. You know that, right?
Yeah. So when I first booked the job, they just said that it was just gonna run, and I knew it was for the election. So I was like, oh, okay, it'll probably come on like at the BET Awards, and then maybe like how like during the Super Bowl they have ad breaks. I thought that was gonna happen, but they played it during the BET Awards, like on I believe the jumbotron or whatever they were watching in that stadium,
Right.
just out of nowhere. And then they started running the commercial back to back the closer it got to the election. So now, whenever I go places, it's usually older ladies, which is really cute to me, or just like people not in my demographic. They'll be like, "My mom saw you on VET," or "My grandmother saw you on VET," and I'm like, "What are y'all talking about?" But it's the voting campaign commercial, but it's really cool.
It is. So those of you see, it's a commercial where they're showing or encouraging young people to vote. I think it's register and vote.
Register and vote, yes.
And it's a really nice commercial. I know. When I saw it, I thought, "Oh, this is really nice." I was because you showed it to me on your phone, and this seems like I've been seeing it everywhere since.
Yeah, because when I first showed it to you, it wasn't airing as frequently as it is now. I hope people aren't getting annoyed with it, but like y'all go out and vote. You know what I mean? Like they're running it for a reason.
Oh yeah, for sure,
Hmm.
for sure. And you now, um, and I would ask, I'd say you're not old enough to vote though, right?
Mary,
I know how old you are. I'm just joking.
what? But like you got me for a second. I was like, does she
I did
not know?
because to look now, to be honest, to look at you, the audience may not think you're old enough to vote.
No,
I
every time I go into the voting registration office, they have like streamers set up for first time voters. They don't even let me get a word out. They pull those things out and they're like, it's our first time. Boom, get ready. Little do they know, I've been doing this for probably like 3 years now, like local elections, like the
that is
runoff, everything. But every single time I have to remind them that y'all, like, let's stop the festivities. Like, I'm so happy that you're happy I'm here, but this is not
right.
my time.
That is too funny. But they
Yeah.
telling you too just how this election has people hyped up. This
Oh
you know,
yeah. Oh
yeah,
yeah.
it does. It definitely has that. But I wanted to talk with more about you as to how this field is not easy to get into. It's not easy to get into or break into. And when you're in, we spoke earlier about be careful what you pray for.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Why
That's a
don't we share,
big
why
thing.
don't we share with them what did you said how long ago was it that you were praying for these opportunities to show your skills and everything?
So, to be very truthful, I have never not prayed for moments like this, but at the beginning of 2024, I made it a really big I made it a really big priority or just like focus to pray for consistency in work because a lot of the times people don't realize that acting is per se like you're unemployed for a
Hmm.
majority of the time, so you have to find different like ways to spend your time or even just better your skills. But I was very intentional when I was like, I want to be doing something every single month, whether that's film, television, short film, or like maybe modeling, just something that I can use to better myself or
Right,
just not get rusty.
right.
And God answered my prayers. And when you pray for things like that, you have to be ready to receive it because he's not, first of all, he's not going to give it to you unless you're able to handle it, first of all. But that doesn't mean it doesn't get tiring. So
Oh
you
yeah,
have to be
yeah.
able to navigate that.
You have to place yourself between your projects. Like,
Sorry, I'm at home right now, so my
it's
little
okay.
cousin,
You
he's
have to
running around if y'all
place
hear him in the
yourself
back.
between your projects. Like, do you? We finished filming about
Yeah.
3 weeks ago. Now
3 weeks.
I think it's been 3 weeks.
That's crazy. It doesn't even feel like it's been.
3 weeks? Yeah, about 3 weeks.
Oh wow.
We
Okay.
finished
Yeah.
on August 30th.
Wow. That doesn't even make any sense to me. I promise, like, because I've been so
Yeah,
since like for the last 4 months, time is just blurring together. Very grateful for it, but it's just like, wow. We
yeah,
did film that very quickly
I know.
as well.
And
But
we were
yeah,
in
it was a
for the filming, which is a lot of movies I found. I mean, even when I'm watching a movie and at the bottom it'll say uh, Georgia film, filmed in Georgia, or it'll say the Georgia Peach. You'll see
yeah.
that in a lot of the movies. I noticed that. So a lot of companies, I think they give a discount or a break to movie companies. So a lot of people film there.
Yeah, it's like not as tax heavy to film here as compared to like Los Angeles or New York per
Right.
se, but yeah, it's becoming a really big movie capital. Thank you, Tyler Perry. Thank you, Marvel, Netflix. Like there's something filming here all the time, even just like background work. So the Atlanta movie industry is becoming like Black Hollywood, so to say. So it's been really fun to see like my fellow up and coming actors just like getting in there, getting these cool roles, and it's all
Yeah.
because we live here. So
I look at you guys and I think you're the next generation coming up.
I think so, which is really exciting to
Mm.
think about. But yeah,
So how did it all start for you?
like acting, just period.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I have always known that I wanted to be an actor, but I actually used to lie, just straight up lie, and say that I wanted to be a cardiovascular surgeon just because it sounded like it made a lot of money. But I had no intention on doing that ever. It was paleontologist, cardiovascular surgeon, and then I was sticking with the cardiovascular surgeon for a really long time until one day I was sitting in class, and I'm a bit of a chatterbox. I'm not gonna lie, I talk a lot. So my teacher he told me, you know, at the rate you're going, you'll never be a cardiovascular surgeon, and it made me cry. But then, like after like an hour or two, I was like, well, wait a second. I don't want to do that anyway. So from that day forward, I cut it out. I cut the bull and I was like, listen, I'm going to pursue acting through and through. I told my mom and she was very supportive of it, which was really surprising to me, but she made it a priority. I think we both like kind of agreed that school would come first
Right.
and then after that you can pursue acting, but she actually ended up allowing me to do online school so that I could pursue it. And then I did that for a couple of years. Wasn't really my cup of tea. But after I graduated, I um I told myself that I was going to give myself a year. One singular year, and if I wasn't where I wanted to be career-wise, then I was going to go back to school and maybe pursue like business or something in the medical field, something along those lines. I was gonna figure it out, but I ended up booking my first feature film. So after
Wow.
that, I was like, "There's no way I'm going back now." It's just been
Wait a
full
minute.
steam ahead since I was like 17.
Has that movie, what has it been already on TV or
It has
streaming?
not been released. It is not.
Ooh.
It's also in post production, but we're getting very. I see. I don't like speaking on stuff
No,
prematurely, but God willing, it's going to be out very soon, and I'm very blessed to have been a part of this project because it was one of the first times that I was ever away from my mom. It is my first feature film, and like it's an indie film, so we all became very close on the set, and they're some of my closest friends now. So it's been very impactful in my life, and I'm really excited for people to see it because we worked really hard on it. We reshot it. We shot that movie 3 times, and 2 reshoots for an indie film is like next to unheard of. So
yeah,
I'm praying that
that's a lot.
I know, right? But hey, they believed in us, and I believe in it too. So I'm really excited for people to see it whenever it comes out.
All right. So that now, is there any movie right now that we can see that you're in, or is everything in post production?
Most of them are in post production or they're doing like the film festival circuit right now.
Okay.
One of them that has been like semi released is this film that I did called Against the Spread. Oh my goodness, I'm literally wearing one of the wardrobe pieces. I play Jamelia, who's the love interest to my co star Jake. And that was the first time that I'd ever done a role like that. But director's name is Mitchell Cole, and he's a super cool dude. He's actually in the film that I was just talking about previously, my first feature film, and it's
Uh-huh.
called It Ends. But if you guys want to go support Against the Spread, go follow Mitch on Instagram. His ad is
Whoa.
up Mr. Cole.
Okay, I'm writing this down
Yeah,
because
y'all go support him. He's a super cool director, super cool guy, and he very much like he put his blood, sweat, and tears into that production. I'm so proud of him. So if you guys can go see it in any way you can, go support him.
wow. And I know you. Well, see, I know some things you have coming up, but I know you may not be able to talk about it because some things they don't mind if you talk about it, and sometimes they do. That's the hard part. I think
Yeah,
Lynette told me I could talk about it. I just can't tell you what it's about, but I can just tell you like the name of it. But even that could change, you know.
exactly. Like this could be a working title for all we know.
Exactly. And
But
I don't know it is, so I'd rather not. But let's see. I want to go back and see if anyone made any comments or anything like that. Nope, I went because I always try to check because you never know.
Yeah.
No, the text, I mean, the email went out a little bit late, but normally I have a text that goes with it, and I didn't get a
Mhm.
chance to send the text out. So I do apologize for that because
That's all right. That's all right. We're having a good conversation. I always love talking to you. You know that from our many mornings on set.
yes,
I get my bagel and we just chat it up until Lynette or somebody would come yell at me to go get in hair and makeup. Cause
I enjoy always look for your hugs in the morning. And that was
oh
I did. I would be like looking for you to come in and just get a hug. So I think those connections just meant a lot to me. It definitely did. I know
me
too.
as well. Me as well. That's really nice to hear you say that because I try to be myself whenever I'm around people and just
Mhm.
make people feel welcome. And when I started talking to you every day, I was like, we're gonna be locked in like this. So every morning, I was just expecting like a hug, a bagel, and chatting it up with Mary until it's me to go to set. But yeah, working with you and listen. Do not downplay Crafty because you did way more than make sure people ate. Like you and Mr. Emmett and everybody else that helped were hauling that entire room dang near of snacks and food, making those peanut butter and jelly sandwiches that were the hit of the production, by the way, you guys. People love Mary's PB and J's. But
You
you were feeding the people like it
yeah.
you can't have a good work environment if people are hangry. So
You can't. And that was why I've done crafty before. And to me, at first I'll be the first. I used to downplay it until
mhm.
someone had to set me straight. A young lady, in fact, she was about your age, and this was on when the I was working on the set of Strange Love with
Mhm.
Country Wayne. He was a star, one of the stars. In fact, that's how I met Chantel.
Yeah, a lot of y'all worked on that production.
And
I kind of
so
out. I was like, y'all already know each other.
I know that's why. And she goes, Mary. I was like, you still remember me? That was over 2 years ago. And she goes, why wouldn't I remember you? I said, I don't know. You guys meet so many people. So
Hmm.
I'm thinking I'm just one up. And she goes, I didn't forget your P. That's what she said. The PB and J's.
Oh, so you make them on every set?
I started making them there, and that's what started with the potato bread. Was
Oh
that
yeah, that's what did it. That's
that
definitely what
potato
did it. It
bread?
was they were such a hit. Like it just felt like home. Like we needed that little piece of home.
People and that bread is so soft. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's that. Is it the one that comes in that brown bag?
Uh huh.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
that's the good stuff. That's it's always potato bread.
it's
But yeah,
all to
like,
me. I felt like if you guys are happy, it has to be a good production. Because remember, and people don't always know that, but behind the camera is more people than there are in front of the camera. So you have at least 3 times as many behind the camera. They're watching everything, and they're producers. There's hair and makeup. There,
mhm.
I mean, we're all behind the camera. I was crafty behind the camera. There's so many people behind the camera that are there for support. All kinds of reasons we're there, but to make it a good film. And then my debut on screen was this movie.
Yes, I can't wait for y'all to see what I Mary doing. Mary and Deborah and Gray. He was our. It was wardrobe, crafty, and set deck. They all had their hands in the film, and y'all did a pretty good job. I'm not gonna spoil too much,
No,
but
no,
you
we're
you
not.
can't like learn these things on the spot. I don't know if y'all had previous experience doing
Um,
what y'all were doing,
I
but
think Deborah said she did. I think she
oh
did.
really?
Uh-huh, she did. And then I can't speak for Gray. I don't know. Gray did such a good job. I'm pretty sure he has some background because
Oh,
they were just like so on point. I was like, wow, they must have some, previous. That's what I thought. Previous.
I wouldn't put it past them. I really wouldn't put it past them because y'all worked very well together. Like I wasn't like, oh, there's a straggler in there, you know. Y'all all seemed like y'all knew what you were doing, and it. Listen, as EA said, if he's not happy, they will not move on. So, thank
Yeah.
you for being a part of that. Thank you for helping out as last minute as you did.
No, I enjoy, and it really is that camaraderie from
Mhm.
working with people. First of all, the first we don't even think about it, we don't even know each other, and by the last day we're crying because we don't want to leave each other.
Mhm.
Really, what happens, and I tell anybody, because you're working so closely together,
Yeah.
in the same space, and all of us working to finish this film in a short amount of time. But that's not unusual. There's other I've seen.
No.
Yeah, we had. Did we have? I think it was 10 days for the other movie. I think it was. So it just
The
depends.
last one that you had worked
Yeah, I
on?
did. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It was. It may have been longer than that. I'm not sure anymore now because now I'm working on different. I know. I never thought I'd be able to say that. A friend of mine called. Was it yesterday? And said they will be shooting her movie next year.
Oh wow. Was she
No.
also on our set or
She
no, okay.
wasn't, but she's saying it's gonna be in. I want to say Denver. Is it Denver? I think
Denver
so.
what?
It's in Denver. So my husband and I'll be going there whenever they start shooting.
And what are you gonna be doing on that set? Are you still gonna be crafty or you're gonna be
I want to learn how to be a producer.
oh, okay, she's moving up. Okay, so tell me, were you learning from Pat? Pat Stevens was the producer on our film. Were you trying to like kind of shadow her? Sorry to
I
be like, flipping the
I
interview on
really I
you.
wish I could say I could, but I really couldn't and do crafty too. No, I
Yeah,
wasn't.
both jobs are pretty demanding,
Yeah,
but
and but I mentioned after that, I spoke to both the executive producers and I said, I would like to learn what it would take to be a producer. And they're like, okay. So the next movie, they said you can shadow one of the producers.
it
And
was now.
I
That's
know
so exciting.
that is because
Hmm.
I don't have a clue what that really entails. I really don't. But you know what? I'm willing to learn. I think that's
Yeah.
the key. You got to be willing to learn and learn there's so many positions when it comes to making a movie uh,
Hmm.
that you can learn. So I just said, well, let me just hang on in here, and then I'm still writing. As I shared with you, writing my own scripts. So
Yes.
that
Yes.
doesn't
I'm
stop.
so excited.
Writing my own treatments, my own scripts, all that goes on. It doesn't go away. You have to. I think the key is being flexible. That's what I would say.
Very much so.
You have to be
Very
flexible.
much so. Because writing and producing and publishing, because I know you do all of the above, but they're so different from each other
They are.
that I don't know, finding time or just like trying not to put so much pressure on yourself when you have your hands in a bunch of different, baskets can be kind of hard, but I feel like if anybody can do it, it's you. So I'm all for it. I support.
Oh, it's the children's books. I've never someone just recently asked me, have I taken classes to write children's books? And I'm like, no. They literally come to me, and I can't even explain it. So the what the struggle for me has been in learning how to write scripts. That has been
Hmm.
a struggle for me. I think I am just now learning how to write scripts. I've been in it for a
Hmm.
while, but I'm just now understanding the nuances and what you really need to make a good script. It took a while, but I think I'm finally getting the hang of it. So just got to stay with it. And just
Listen, I need some tips because well, another thing.
mhm.
So on the banner for this whole interview, it says actor and writer, which is very ambitious to say about me because I don't really. I mean, yes, I am a writer, in every sense of the word, but I would never call myself that in public because I don't have anything to show for it. Like I would really, there's so many scripts that I have written out, but it literally just looks like one continuous stream of consciousness. There is no formatting whatsoever. Like I would need legitimate help to help like fully fledge out the script, but
Right.
I don't know. When I saw it, I was like, I mean, yes, I
How is that?
really am,
That
but
Well, okay. You said then if it's just is it just one page but it's the idea flows?
oh no, there's dialogue, there's like punctuation and all that. There's
Okay.
multiple pages, but it's not set up like a script. If
Okay.
that makes sense. It's like
But the
there
idea is
needs it needs some loving,
okay.
very much so. And
But
there's
it's
only
oh,
I think I only have one script that I can like say, but there's many like short videos or short films that I've kind of like thought about really
right.
like diving deeper into. I even talked with one of my previous directors because his name is Andreas De Bono, and he was very adamant on being like, listen, if you start writing, you can't stop. You have to constantly be like on it, or you're gonna lose it and you're gonna forget about it and put it on the back burner. But my main focus was acting, but he was so like persistent in wanting to help me, so
Uh-huh.
he was trying to like help me figure out the most cost effective ways to go about writing a script, because you can write whatever you want. You can write about ponies, rainbows, unicorns, whatever you want, but to actually film that and put it like together, that takes a lot of time and money, and I didn't really think about that. It didn't like really deter me from writing, but I was like, wow, a lot of this has to be considered whenever you're writing a script because like,
It is.
you know.
I mean, I was watching, who was I watching? I can't think of the man's name. Last name is, I think it's Stokes is the last name. I can't call his first name, but he does movies where he films in one location. So he
Yeah.
said, I noticed that, oh, it just, I can't remember. It starts with a D. But anyway, and I was telling my husband, I said, did you notice that we never left that house? That the story revolved at that particular house? And he goes, I didn't even notice. I mean, it's a good story. He's an excellent writer. Um, but I think if this is how I look at writers, like you said, it may not make sense, but you have something written down, right?
Hmm.
Okay, you're a writer.
Really?
Yes,
Well,
and I'm gonna tell
thanks.
you why. Because I can't tell you people I run into and they tell me they're writers, and when I ask them, "Do you have something I can edit that is written down?" and they tell me it's in
Oh,
their head,
for sure.
I
For
can't even
sure.
hesitate. I said, "You don't have anything," and they're like, "What do you mean I don't have anything? I have all these ideas." And I said, "And what can I edit? Tell me what I can edit if it's in your head." And they get quiet because it's true. Like nothing can be edited that's in your head. Nothing. You got to have
Yeah.
it down on paper. If you have it down on paper, you are halfway there, right there. Because I
I
taught you web
appreciate that. Because I definitely like I said, I have the stuff written out, but because I'm a bit of a perfectionist, I
Mhm.
don't like to call it like script writing or myself a writer per se,
Mhm.
because I'm just like there's so much that I need to learn. There's so much that the
Right.
script is missing that I don't want it to like, you know, I'm not ready to show people just yet. I gotta get some hands on it that I trust, and then I'm gonna be like, okay, yeah, so I've written a few scripts, you know, like I'm a bit of a writer myself, but until I am more knowledgeable and I come
Mhm.
become more literate in like script writing, then I'll claim that title. But I
Well,
appreciate you saying that.
it's true. Only because I've talked to people that tell. I mean, I've heard people tell me, "Oh, I have a script."
Mm.
When I ask how many pages, and they say, "Well, I have 10 pages." I said, "Okay, let me tell you what you have. You have 10 pages. You
Hmm.
do not have a script." And they're like, "Well,
Yeah.
how do you know?" I said, "Because I have a script, and it's 92 pages."
Yep.
They're like
Hmm.
they're looking at me like, you know, and that's why I know the difference. I know the difference between having 10 pages and having 92. So it's
Well,
easy.
well. So is 92? Sorry to cut you off.
Oh, yes, okay.
Is
Mhm.
92 the like usually like because it's like a minute a page, correct?
Exactly. So really it's like 90 minutes. So even then I probably have to cut it down a little bit to get 90 because every
Probably, but that's more of like a feature film script. How would you say like a maybe like a short film script?
it
Because it
could
could be 10 pages.
10 to I want to say someone told me, I forget what the guidelines. I don't want to give the wrong number to people, but a short from what I've been told, I think it can be up to 40 minutes, but don't quote me on that. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't quote me on
40.
that because that seems almost like a regular movie, 40 minutes. But
Yeah, that's only 20 minutes short of an hour.
I know,
So
I don't know everybody, but I've seen. I just finished. I was a judge at a film festival, and I was judging. A lot of the films were easily. Some were 2 hours. They
Yeah,
were 2 hours long, and I was like,
ambitious. They didn't
"Mm,
want to cut anything out.
no, they didn't.
Maybe it was way longer than that, and that was like the minimum.
That was the middle." And I thought that's kind of, in my opinion, it was kind of long. But that's, what do I know? I'm still learning the industry and learning, um, and all of that takes time. There is, like they said, is there an overnight success? And the answer would be no. It takes
Unfortunately,
time.
no.
Pardon me.
I said unfortunately, no. It may seem like it because a lot of the actors that you see coming up now, I think Io Adebari is a great example. She has been acting and writing and working in the industry for so long, but it feels like she's just come up like these last 2 years, and now you see her everywhere. And people are like, wow, overnight sensation, but little do you know she's been doing this for like 7+ years. So
Yeah.
there's a lot that goes into the behind the scenes, but yeah, that's why I don't knock anybody who's coming up, or I try not to talk bad on anybody I see like very consistently. I'm like, no, I know you worked for that, so go ahead and have your moment because I'm rooting for you.
Oh yeah. I think, just as like you said, you're rooting for other people, and people are rooting for you too. And that's and as I shared with you, your personality is why they're rooting for you. You're a giver. That's why they're rooting for you. They want, that you have very positive energy. That's why I'd be looking for you, like, okay, where's my energy?
Thank you for saying that.
You
Thank
do.
you.
You do. I tell you, I just know that it was a pleasure and an honor to work with you. It really was. Or
This,
work, I shouldn't say work with you, or work.
no, work with me. You definitely worked with me. You got to stop doing that, Mary. You did so much more. Like even if it's besides like the food, like you were giving people genuine conversation, and some days I really needed that
Mm,
because yes, I can come off as like this bright, like happy-go-lucky girl, but set like the environment, especially when like you have such a short amount of time to do stuff in, it can become very overwhelming and chaotic at times. But like having those conversations with you early in the morning kind of really grounded me in a way.
mm,
And you and Deborah, the wardrobe stylist, and Lynette
mm,
and Pat, just like everybody, like Ashley, my co-stars, having those nice conversations was such a great palate cleanser, like in
mm.
between scenes or even at lunchtime. Like it was very much needed. So if you
Oh,
weren't offering PB and J's, you were offering emotional support, and I really appreciated it. So thank
oh, you're so welcome. I just watching you guys from, like I said, behind the camera and watching. I'm just impressed with that. I was to see young people such as yourself going to the and what I you couldn't pick a better time, because there was a time when you'd have to go to New York or go to Hollywood, and those days are over.
you.
And just
Yeah.
seeing that
Oh.
you don't have to go. I mean, you may have to go somewhere, but you're not. There is no more. I say that there's no more limits and there's no more barriers to entry.
No, which is why when you said earlier in the interview, you were like, some people think it's really hard to break into acting or just like start it. I'm like, no. You literally have to have a will and a way. And if you have a will, then there's always going to be a way. And you just have to have like ambition. Legitimately, anybody can do it. There is such a range. Like everybody has their niche. You don't have to be some like cookie cutter type of person in order to make it big in the industry, which I'm very appreciative of now because it makes room for people like me, black female, to be able to make these great strides in this industry, but anybody can do it. I'm literally from Alabama. I was born in Alabama, raised in Georgia. I'm the most regular person, right? But I
Mhm.
just have ambition and I have God, and that's the only reason that I'm here. So anybody can do it. You just have to have a little bit of faith in yourself. So
That's
I don't
good.
think it's that hard. I don't think it's that hard.
You
You just
don't
got
think?
to go.
Well, when you weren't, well, okay. Right now, you're getting. It seems to me. You correct me if I'm wrong. You are really getting picked up on different movies.
Yes. Yes, I am.
Okay, there was a time when you weren't.
There was a time when I wasn't. Yes.
So how did you deal with that?
Just a lot of self-reflection and hard inner work because I knew that I could do these different types of roles, but because of my look, which I'm not going to like knock, because it was getting me work and it was getting me in the door. But when you start getting roles like constantly, that's like pretty girl, mean girl type, like that type of stuff, it kind of deters you a little bit. And you're like, well, is that all people see me as? So you have to keep pushing through that and never be afraid to audition for something that you think you're not qualified for. Because if God puts it on your heart, then that means you're supposed to do it for a reason. Even if you don't get that role, the fact that you auditioned, you studied that script, you brought that range out in yourself, that was the work. If you didn't get the role, then you basically trained. So I just did a lot of inner work and I was like, I know that this isn't all that I'm good at. I
Mhm.
know this isn't all that people see me for. So I'm going to start auditioning for these random roles, just stuff that would challenge me. And
Uh-huh.
eventually people started like, seeing that I was just more than, oh, daughter, pretty girl, mean girl, and I'm getting these more challenging roles. And it is so good, Mary. It's such a thing because I'm like, now I can show you what I've really got.
Oh
Like
my
like now I can actually prove to you guys that, or not just prove to you guys, but prove to myself or
goodness.
confirm rather that I'm more than this typecast. If that
Right.
makes sense, but you just have to keep going. Got to keep going. Got to keep believing.
That is just I am like I said, I am so impressed that at your young age that you've even found the thing you want to do with your life. That is huge right there. Just to
Thank you.
say,
Thank
you
you.
know what, I want this is what I want to do, and for your mom to support you and say, okay, we support you. We're gonna be there for you and help you and all these things because it's like anything else. I think, like you said, you prayed for days like this. Now you hardly have time to breathe, but
Yes, but listen, God has me. He'll give me all the time to breathe that I need, but right now it's time to work and I have to realize that. But yeah, I'm very blessed. I'm blessed to be stressed about the problems that I have, if that makes sense. Yeah.
wow, I love it. I love it. Is there anything you want to share with the audience that maybe we can encourage someone else who doesn't, maybe they don't know the field or they're interested? I see some comments first. Let me get the comments and then we'll
Oh,
come.
go ahead. I love
We have
comments.
Elaine Wilson. Elaine says, hello, Mary, and your inspirational guest, Akira Jackson. Great convo and insight into the film world. Okay, Mary, my friend, guess I'm coming to your house for my PB&J.
Yeah, listen,
Oh my gosh,
and she'll
sandwiches
make the best one you've ever had.
and potato
Guarantee
salad
it.
and potato bread. I know, I don't know if we have potato bread. I haven't seen it here in California. I'm not saying we don't, but I'm gonna tell you, Elaine, it is good because it's real soft. The
It
bread is
is very soft, and I don't know. Potato.
I don't
I
know.
don't know how they got it in bread form, but whatever they did was the perfect amount of like it. There's a certain taste to it too,
It
that
is.
just makes it better. I don't know what it is, but yeah, Elaine, you got to get one of them sandwiches. I'm telling you, it'll make your day.
No, it's this is I'm gonna tell you, it started on, like I said, on the set of Strange Love. I don't even know why I made them. I can't even tell you, but I made them there and it has followed me now. They
You're infamous for peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
yeah, I really am. Because they said it before I even got they found out I was crafty. They're like, you gonna make peanut butter and jelly? It was like that. And I
Mm-hmm.
said, I guess I am. I was like, yeah, I don't think I have a choice. So, and then Oliver says, hi, Akira. Thank you for joining the show. And thank you for you regular subscribers. Today is a good day. That's
Today
our
is a
executive
good day.
producer. Hi, babe. He's behind the scenes. You guys,
Hi, thank you for the comment.
he comes out. Oliver will come on screen at Christmas. That's that's his regular.
Christmas. I heard you mention that. Do you guys do like special Christmas episodes?
Well, do you see the family if we're with family, that's when they come on. Like we had one of the sons came on last year. I think one of our granddaughters did too, came on last because
Oh.
nobody ever sees them. And
Mhm.
so Christmas, that's when I bring them all, and you guys get to meet the family.
Oh, I'll have to tune in for this year's
Oh,
Christmas special.
and
That
this is
sounds-
one of my cousins on right now. She says, "Hi, cuz." Hi, here she goes. Hi, that's Henrietta. I call her Henry. Hi, cousin.
Hi,
She's
Henry.
in Washington D.C., the
Washington,
DMV
okay.
area. DMV area.
I've got
And
family in Washington, D.C. I might be coming up there soon. I don't know, guys.
for a project.
Not for a project, but for a premiere.
Oh, okay. For the movie we were just in, or no?
It's a short film called Bloom, and it is it's by director and writer Shayla Raquel, and there's going to be a DC screening, I believe. So hopefully I'm able to make it to that. If I'm not, you guys go support it for me. Go support my castmates and my crew and show them some love.
All right. And this is Nanette Mitchell says, I think I've seen potato bread in the grocery stores. Have you, Nanette? I don't think I don't
Hold on
remember.
a second. Did I say it was called Bloom?
You said Bloom.
No, it's called the Off Brands. I'm so sorry. It
I
is
thought
not.
you said was that
I
another?
was in a short film called Bloom, but it was also based in the early 2000s. But no, Shayla Raquel wrote and directed The Off Brands, and it is a coming of age story that takes place in the early 2000s. And I played the character Adrian. So go
Okay.
support that, you guys.
I'm listening to you thinking, I wonder what it would be like to really take classes and learn how to. Um, I never really thought about it. I don't know why, because I have so much admiration for what you do. I think I just thought, oh, I can't do that, and I literally just put it by the wayside. Never even considered it.
Acting?
Yeah. Uh huh.
Anybody can act, y'all. I'm going to say it now, and I'm going to say it a million times. Anybody can act. Now, whether you have like a natural talent or you have to take classes for it, anybody can act. You just have to put the work in. Even people who have natural talent, you got to keep cultivating your skills. Like I said, it's like it's a skill that I think we're all born with, but you just have to have different ways of bringing it out. So
Right.
don't ever think that like you must take a class in order to be a successful actress, because that's just not true. And not everybody has the resources to take a class. So if
Right.
you can listen, if you have access to a pen and a paper and a cell phone or even a little digital camera, you can make your own movies, you can make your own TV shows, you can make your own skits. You just have to have, like I said, the ambition. Like if you got the dream, just go for it. Just go for it.
I love
Anybody can.
it. I love it. Oh, Henrietta says, oh, first Elaine, did I put your comment up? She said, she says she thinks we have it in Cali.
Okay.
I'm not, you guys, I'm not saying it's not here, but I can tell you for a fact it's in the South. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Like the first row in the grocery store, you go to the bread aisle, they have that potato bread. But
Yeah.
bring it to Cali. Like maybe you should start like a shop or something. PB and J's. People would pay money for that. I'm telling you.
I'm going to tell you that it's funny you should say that. When we were on that set, I actually sat there and I said, I wonder what people pay to get a PB&J, just be able to call.
Yes. Very much so. Like you can't underestimate people's hunger and their want to like satiate that. Like they'll probably pay upwards of $5 for a PB&J. Not saying you should charge that at all, at
But
all.
I
But
know, but I hear what you're saying though. But it would, I mean, literally every single day, ladies and gentlemen, I would have them on a tray. They would be gone. All of them would be gone before lunch. It was to the point I was making loaves of bread. And then somebody would come by and we get down to the last one and they start arguing over it. I would be like, wait a minute, this is peanut butter and jelly. I mean,
is that real? People were wait, no, I feel like it definitely is true.
I mean, they didn't get bad or anything like that, but they would be like, I think I saw that first. And the other person's like, well, I really want, it's like that. Nobody argued. I did not hear.
I was gonna say fighting over a peanut butter and jelly sandwich is crazy, but yours are real. good. So I wouldn't put it past people.
And
Yeah.
I said, and I would tell them, don't worry, I'll make some more. Don't worry about it. You know,
I'll
they'll
make
get,
another loaf
yeah.
because people were stacking up on those sandwiches. I think I've only gotten one of the sandwiches because I was like, man, let them have it. I wasn't trying to get into no arguments, and I knew that the crew needed it more than we did because they got there like a couple hours before we did, and they left like maybe 4 hours after we did.
That's
Let them have the sandwiches.
it was, but you know, because that's you. I always tried. Well, I have to come in because my position was to make sure coffee was ready, and you know, if whatever people needed was ready. When you guys came on set, you never would come on and Crafty wasn't ready. That's like now.
No,
Mm.
never.
That
Never.
was
But I was like, she is on top of it, which is
well.
so needed.
I felt like my not my life depended. I felt like that was my gift to the
Yeah.
crew and to the talent was to be there on time and to be set up on time and to be ready for everything. That was how I went to. I didn't want you guys to come and then the food wasn't ready or something or there's not enough or we run out or none of those things I wanted to happen for. But anyway, we have let me see the message. Henrietta, you said, "Come on, let me know." I'm sorry. What was that about, Henrietta? I missed that.
Probably about the potato bread. If y'all have it out there, which
You
I
got
feel like
oh
y'all
my
should.
goodness, that
California
was
is very diverse.
it was something else. And then that says, "Yeah, the bread company I purchased Western Hard Country potato bread. Find it and food for less and routes." Now I know Nanette looked it up. I know she did. So Nanette, thank you as always. You're on it, Nanette. And then Elaine says, "I think we have it in Cali." Okay, Jennifer, we have our own potato bread. Okay, you guys in this potato bread, you're gonna keep these people in business. That's what you're gonna do. And this is one of my cousins too. It says, "Hi, cuz. Hi, Akira." I'm trying to think who is because I know the Lady Trail Girl Stokes. I don't know which one cousin it is, but I know it's one of my cousins. And it says, "Just wanted to know, do you have any information on voice over acting?"
Voiceover acting.
Mhm.
So I've also been trying to break into voiceover acting a little bit myself. I've done it a little bit, but nothing to like the extent of calling myself a voice actor. But
Uh-huh.
it's pretty much the same as film acting. You get a voiceover acting agent. You can do anything from like cartoons to commercials to like feature films because voiceover acting is not just like animated. It could be anywhere from somebody sneezing in a movie, you know, like they or the
Mhm.
actor just didn't want to sneeze that day or they couldn't. You get a voiceover actor for that. So listen, joining backstage or actors access or literally just looking on Facebook, joining some local acting workshops or groups is a really good start. There's
Mhm.
work everywhere. You just have to put in like voiceover acting, insert your city here into
Wow.
Google. Yeah.
Well, what encouraging words would you give anyone that's interested in this field? Because it is so wide open. There's so many things you can do in it.
Yeah. Some encouraging words. Sorry to sound like a broken record, but legitimately, just go out and do it. Get yourself a headshot. Listen, this thing right here, this is all you need to get started. If you have a phone, it doesn't even have to be an iPhone. Get yourself a nice headshot and start practicing your skills. The easiest way that I think you can get on set is by doing background work, which is always filming in Atlanta. Um, and just getting like set experience. That's the biggest thing. Get some
Hmm.
set experience so that you can start building your resume. And people say it's not really recommended to put background work on your resume, but if that is your only work and it's something that you've been doing steady, put that on your resume because it shows that you have experience on set. You're not just like super green, you know? But
Right.
yeah, get yourself a good headshot, some faith, and go out there and look for some jobs because they have something out there for everybody. You just got to find your niche, you know, just whatever you're interested in. And I think a really great way to practice is finding your favorite movies and looking up the scripts for those movies. I used to do that a lot with
Okay.
the show Euphoria. I was so enthralled. Like Euphoria Sundays, I don't know if anybody out there was a part of this phenomenon, but Euphoria used to premiere every Sunday on HBO Max. Like the app would crash if you weren't the first person in there. And I was so captivated by the show that I was like, I need to get this script. And I found the script for like, I don't remember what episode it was, but I was just reading and reading and reading, trying to practice to see if I would say the lines the same way Zendaya would, or
Wow.
Demi would, you know, stuff like that. But just keep practicing, keep getting better, and then sooner or later you're gonna get your opportunity. It's gonna be great. You just gotta
Oh,
keep going.
well, I'll tell you, ladies and gentlemen, this lady, I'm saying this young lady, I'm so when I tell you impressed, she was always ready. She was always on set. She was always on time. I don't think I've ever saw you even late or anything. You were always where you were supposed to be. You were late.
I was late one time.
I don't remember
I was
that.
late one time, but it was due to Atlanta traffic. I was coming from, we filmed in Woodstock, and I was coming from Powder Springs, like Marietta area, which is allegedly like 20 minutes from the set, but because it's Metro Atlanta, you got to leave at the butt crack of dawn anyway. So, yeah, traffic is traffic, but I try to be very punctual. That's like my main goal, especially when I'm working, but my friends may say otherwise in, in my real life, but I'm working on it, y'all. I'm working on it.
Yeah.
So have faith in me. I'll get
Well, I
there.
want to thank you for coming on this show because you have. I mean, it was when I invited you, I was excited, but at the same time, you told me you weren't feeling well at first, and so I
Yeah.
understood that. I said you don't, but you look fine. Let me tell you, I'm glad to see that you're better.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just a little bit stuffy right now. You could probably hear it. I'm sorry if that's been like annoying to anybody, but yeah, I'm just a little bit congested right now, but I'm kind of getting over the little sickness. I don't know what it was. I tested for everything. It's not COVID. It's not a cold. Like I don't know what it was. Maybe it's just like my body adjusting to not traveling every 5 seconds. But,
Ah,
you know.
well, I can tell you, like it's you keep it up. I mentioned before, and I'll keep saying this: when the Academy Award comes, you have to say Mary D. Welch. If I don't see anybody else's name, you have
First
to
of all, I want to thank Mary. I want to thank Mary D. Welch. She didn't have anything to do with this production, but thank you. Like she is the reason I have this award. Her alone, and then I'll thank my family and
Well, no, you got to think that you got to thank God and your family first. Then I come way
yeah.
behind you.
I'm a girl, of course, girl, of course. I was joking, but you'll be in there somewhere. I'll be like, yeah, and Mary and Lynette and my mom. Like I'm just gonna start naming them off, Whitney Houston style. You know.
Do you watch the awards shows when they come on?
Yeah, well, I haven't been able to watch them recently because I've been on go for like the entire year. Again, it's a blessing, but I watched the BET Awards because I was, you know, on
Uh-huh.
it. But
I wish we could have put your commercial up and they would have been had a
I
chance.
know, I know. Well, let
They
me
may
see.
be able to send it out on the text. I mean, on the email system. If you send it to me, I'll try and send it out, and they can click the link and see your commercial. I can still try and
I
put that.
just uploaded it to a Google Drive. I'm just gonna say Akira's BT commercial.
You will try, and I'll try and definitely share this with you. But, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for coming out today and spending this time with this lovely young lady who I'm
Thank
so proud of and impressed with, and um, I can just see. I mean, you have just such a bright future. You really
you, thank
do.
you.
And you, I mean, because I as being around you, it's your heart that you see. You know, it's not just the your acting abilities, but who you are as a person. That means a lot. It really does. I don't get diva bride vibes. I don't get
Thank you for saying that. Like, thank you. I never want to push that. Like, I always joke on set because, like, I have really interesting eating habits. Like I don't do pork, don't do dairy, don't do beef. So
Uh-huh.
like, oh, she's such a diva, but I would never want to come off like that. So
No,
thank you for saying that. Thank
not at
you.
all. But I see, is Crystal your mom?
She is. Is she on here?
She's on. She says, "Hi, Akira. So proud of you and the journey you are on. How do you balance work life and personal life? I find myself getting tired. I get tired out." She wants. That's what your mom is saying. And hello, Miss Jackson.
Hi, Mama. Hey.
I had a feeling. I said, I think that's mom. Oh, this was okay. This was my cousin from Illinois that said that, and this was that she's from Chicago. Oh, I just saw Lady, and this is Mrs. Jackson. And I know we're running out of time, so I'm gonna call the names. Alex, welcome. She's gonna be a star. Wow, isn't she? She's already a star.
That's my director.
Is it really? Oh,
Yes, that's Alex. That's Alexander Ullum. He's the director of It Ends, the feature film that I was just bragging about for like the last.
wow. Hi, Alex. Welcome. Welcome. And then Nanette said, it's refreshing to hear a young adult and referencing to her relationship with God. It is. And then Nanette said, I was looking for that commercial too. Couldn't find it. Oh, you will. You will. And then
You'll see it. Just watch BET for like minutes and it'll probably air.
She's clapping and she says,
Thank
bye.
you.
Vanessa, bye, Akita. She's Akila and
So
Mary.
close. Thank you.
And is this your dad, Thomas Jackson?
No, that's my brother.
Okay, says, hey, we love you and I'm so proud of you. Keep following your dreams. Is that follow? I think it's following your dreams.
Thomas, love you
Ladies,
too, bro.
gentlemen, thank you all for being on the show. Thank you for being here. Mom, brother, family.
Thank you, guys. And thank you, Mary, for having me. This has been so much fun. I think this is my first interview.
Wow.
So,
oh, there'll be more coming.
Maybe. More. I don't know. Maybe they're waiting until I blow up or something, but you're claiming it first, okay? This is my first interview. So thank you, Mary. It's been amazing.
Take care. Love you. Thank you, everybody.
Love
See you
more.
All righty. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
All right.